Hello, and today I thought I would talk a little bit about ancient tablets. It's sort of an interest of mine, specifically PLIMPTON 322, which is an ancient Babylonian tablet, and the Rosetta Stone is also quite interesting. The Rosetta Stone is perhaps the more popular one, as there is language software out there for translation, for example, English to German, and it's modelled on the idea of the Rosetta Stone. And I just thought I'd throw out a few ideas for anyone curious about ancient tablets. With the Rosetta Stone, it contains the same language it contains the same message written in 3 different languages. And the idea here is that it forms the heart of a philosophy of translation. So with any sort of problem, if we are to interpret the meaning of hieroglyphics, then we effectively look at the translation in other languages, and then we derive a meaning for a hieroglyphic alphabet, grammar. We have the same message, as I say, written in 3 forms, and it can apply to a research context as well. It can apply to any context. It's like a 3-dimensional jigsaw puzzle, if you will. Now, I won't go into too much detail on the Rosetta Stone, because I think most people have heard of it, or at least it's pretty much out there. The one they haven't heard of so much is PLIMPTON 322. And PLIMPTON 322 is quite interesting in that it's the foundation of both accountancy and also mathematics. So this Babylonian tablet, it contains Pythagorean triples, and they're carved into the tablet, and PLIMPTON 322 is a Babylonian grain record. Now, maybe these things don't really interest you, or maybe they do, but it's quite curious that something so ancient should both survive to the modern day, and that we're still learning from it. You know, a piece of rock, a piece of stone, where we're learning how contemporary mathematics was formed from it. We're learning how the double entry system evolved from it. Because in that day, you know, we didn't have what's called the double entry system of accountancy or double entry bookkeeping. Back in the time of ancient Babylon, we had a single entry system. It was not until Pacioli that we actually created a double entry accountancy system. But we had a problem in ancient Babylon that grain needed to be accounted for. It was a very valuable commodity, and you know, we don't want half the grain to go missing. We don't want to write down the wrong value of the grain. Record keeping was still a substantial problem, and it needed to be addressed. And you know, before papyrus, we had to carve, we had to make records. Anyway, that's just a crash course to something that I find interesting, which is ancient tablets. Thank you.